Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well on Bonfire night, and yeah, it's cold enough for it. So hope you're having a great time. And if you're not already there, then I'm sure you'll be going very soon. Well, tonight we're going to have a quick live vlog because we're going to be doing loads tomorrow for the Atalanta game and other bits and pieces. So. Tonight, let's have a look. What are we talking about? We'll have a roundup of who you think should play tomorrow night, Wednesday night against Atalanta away. We'll have a look at the latest player ratings as well. We'll talk a little bit about Bernardo Silva and his lately his form and the way it's been. Thierry Ambrose looks like at the end of the season when his contract expires. He's not going to extend another one. He's going to go. He's been on loan at several clubs. So it looks like he's going to go as sort of the forgotten man. He was highly rated, but no, it's another kid who is just going to have to go and sort of play his trade in Europe, I'm afraid. Tommy Doyle trained today, which is good news, with the full team squad prior to flying out to Milan. Also, we will talk about David Silva's injury. We'll talk about Rodri having a bit of a light training session today, which will be interesting. I'll also show you the coach, the City coach actually out there in Italy, which has arrived, and maybe look at a coach that maybe we should we should start on this one for people who are on. So let me just, before I do, let's just see who is actually on at the moment, and then we'll have a look and we'll see. So let me just say hello to everyone. Alexander Savic is on. Hi all. Martin is on. Evening. Wow, fireworks special. Have you brought your sparklers? Not sure from where I live whether I'll see any fireworks. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm just waiting for my lads to come home. My older lad from work, from school, he's been teaching today, and my younger lad and his girlfriend. So I don't know whether they're all going out to a bonfire, but I certainly aren't. I'm going to be wrapped up watching a bit of TV when I finish my work. Hi, Alexander, mate. Hope you're good, buddy, says Martin. Danilo Kahivovic. Hello, how are you? I'm sorry, did I mispronounce your name there? I do apologise. Cal Blundell. Hello, lads. Hope you're well. How are you, Cal? I saw a horrible picture of Gomez is in hospital. It's a nasty injury. I'm really wishing speedy recovery. But good news is it sounds like he'll be back fit and playing a game, which is great news. Alexander Savage, hey Martin, I'm fine, thanks for asking. I'm outside waiting for a bus to come at the moment. Hope you're well. Section's on, afternoon, evening, all you blues. How are you, Section? Martin says, I'm good, buddy. Cal says, I said this in the Discord earlier. If City win, I think it will be a close 1-0 or 2-0. But if Liverpool win, it might be by 3 or 4 because your defence could struggle with Salah and Mane, but hope City smash them. Ooh, I'm not even thinking about weekend yet. I'll get to that. The nerves will start kicking in probably on Thursday, Friday. I'm off to a bonfire, fellas, ready for a big bang. A bit of an innuendo, I think, in there, Martin. Mark the Blue, hi, Andy and Blues. How are you, Mark? Alexander Savage says, I'd maybe keep KDB on the bench versus Atalanta and spare him for the LFC game. Well, by all accounts, we'll talk about Tommy Doyle and others, so I've got a funny feeling KDB won't play. Doyle instead, was that? He said there, yes, Alexander, quite possibly. We'll talk about him shortly. Cal Blundell, this Bale Sterling news is BS because they have put him in the Mbappe deal because Real will offer 150 million. Bale apparently for Mbappe is total garbage. Absolute, not even going there, it's garbage. Madrid ain't getting Raz at any price, no. Nobody wants Bale as his injury prone and mediocre, absolutely. I mean, City would never take somebody, it's just not our profile player. Cal Blundell gutted about Gomez, but apparently his recovery is going faster than Zlatan. No innuendo from me, pal. No, I'm sure it isn't. I'd sell KDB to Everton if I was at City. Yeah, in your dreams, Cal, in your dreams. But anyway, there was a picture today. I think it was by Stu Brennan, and that was the City coach There it is in all its glory out there. And as you can see, beautiful architecture in the background and wonderful architecture on that particular bus, which will be taking the players to the stadium tomorrow night. And I'm sure plenty of City fans will be out about. I've seen loads of City fans on Twitter having a great time. They're there. I think by all accounts it was going to be rain, but by the pictures I've seen on social media, it doesn't look like there's rain out there. It looks like it's quite a decent day. They're all getting their beers down the neck and things like that. So it's absolutely fantastic. So that's the City coach out there already. Obviously driven out a few days earlier to get set up and sort of get the route right and everything else that they normally do. And liaise with the local constabulary about which direction they're taking, which leads us on to which direction will the City bus and what City bus will turn up. And this was something Martin was going to post yesterday, but he didn't. He had a bit of a problem. This was from Ivor, and Ivor, I think, is on. Ivor, I want to say a massive thank you for posting that on Twitter yesterday. It did make me laugh. And that is what the City coach should be to avoid all of the bottling and bricking and everything else that happened last time in that certainly that Champions League game. So there you go. That was Ivor's comment. And Ivor, by all accounts, we've seen on social media, we've seen the LFC fans already putting out their social media tweets about making a noise and bring your flares and bring your banners and bring this and bring that and let's make it noisy and let's give that coach another welcome. And Ivor posted this on social media yesterday that maybe City should turn up in this because no fans would go anywhere near it, Liverpool fans in particular. So it was a little bit of tongue-in-cheek. So Liverpool fans, don't take it to heart. It's just a bit of fun and a bit of banter. But anyway, there you go. That's the Ivor post from yesterday. And I thought it was quite funny. But anyway, we're not trying to tar everyone with the same brush. Like I said, it's just a bit of banter. So don't get so irate, Liverpool fans. You are so precious at times. And we've seen that on social media today. But anyway, there's the two different buses. Should we take the actual City bus, the one that got absolutely bottled and stoned and bricked and everything by Liverpool fans in the Champions League last season before? Or should we actually hire one of these? What do you reckon? I'll let you guys decide what you think. That one or that one. Anyway, it's up to you which ones you think. So let me get back to your comments. I've heard Pep going to Everton is close according to Cal Blundell. Yeah, right. Good evening, numpties. How are you, Ivor? Enjoy your Magnus. I've just seen your tweet. Hope you've had a good day on the Windows, mate. Grey Forest, hey, buddy. What about this week? Prediction on UEFA Champions League? I'm going to go for a very close 2-1 for me. We're going to talk about potential lineups. Section 20, hey Ivor, Phyllis, hi Section. Ivor, not as good as my City coach. That is your City coach. That's the one that was from your post, mate. So it's the same one. How many Magnus have you had? That is from your tweet, mate. Yours was top notch. Alexander Savic. It might have been from yours. I can't remember. I'm glad Mario Balotelli launched the ball into the racing stand the other day. The Italian FA should do something about it. Doubt it. Sorry, Ivor. I've sorted my laptop now. Now that is top banter. Hold on a minute. Let me just see what's coming up. There you go. Ivor, no worries, Martin. City fan there, Martin. Andy got it up. Oh, can't wait to be stuck at Anfield amongst all the flares. Yeah, that'll be good. Never normally have issues getting up. City fan. Cal Blundell. Andy, the way Klopp's acting, he's going to call Pep out on the KSI logo Poland again. In his head, mate. Phyllis says, to be fair, most LFC fans took it as a laugh. Some didn't. Of course they are. It's all a bit of banter. Lassie Blur, how are you? Hi, Andy. Craig Forrest Foden. rising from the Phoenix. Foden in this week. Yeah, I think Foden will play tomorrow, and he might even play on Sunday. The KFC tweet was hilarious too. All the sulky rags were salty. It's very funny. Cal Blundell, I'm going to be a City fan this weekend. You're always a City fan when City are playing Everton or United. Alex says, I remember Everton fans singing Blue Moon at the end of last season. City will win the league, says FIFA full-time Fortnite Thrive. My God, what a mouthful that is. All the five Fs in there. Let's hope so, mate. Still a long way to go. So, I said, this is Bonfire Night, a special update. And as we know, everyone will be leaving, going. So it's going to be a quick one tonight. And let's have a look at the first one. And that is, let's take a look first at the news that Rodri today did first initially, the reports were first thing this morning that Rodri took part in training as if it was a full training session, and he was going to be fit for certainly tomorrow or maybe the weekend. Well, as it turned out, a little bit later on, he left the training session. He just did a very light training session on the field. And then went back inside to continue his rehabilitation and training. But the good news is he's back on his feet. He is training, and there's still hopes that he will be fit for Sunday. I don't think there's any chance that he will actually play tomorrow, if I'm being honest with you. But so at least he's back on the field of play, or certainly training field of play, and getting some work into his legs and then going back inside. So I think probably a team will come back Thursday, do a bit of light training session. He'll probably join in with that, do a full training session on Friday and Saturday. So no doubt if he's anywhere near fit enough, he'll certainly be in the full sessions, training sessions leading up to the Anfield game on Sunday. So that's good news. We've got at least somebody back. With regards to the other person who we know is out at the moment, and that is obviously David Silva. Well, David Silva didn't train today. He's not going to be in the squad, or he certainly won't be playing tomorrow night. But I think it's one of those suck it and see whether he can train at the same time as Rodri does. Whether he'll be fit for the weekend, I'm not too sure. Would it be a bad thing to actually have him on the bench and maybe play Phil Foden with his energy? Certainly Anfield. I don't know. What do you guys think on that one? Would you rather have David Silva in there? I've always called for him to play. But what are your thoughts? Do you think David Silva should be in that starting lineup on Sunday? Or would you rather have the energy of the younger Phil Foden? So let's see what you're saying at the moment. I can just see some car lights as somebody is coming home. Anyway, fellas, I'm off now, but we'll be listening while driving to the Bonfire, so no nasty comments about me. I'm listening. Hope Sterling scores the last second winner versus Liverpool. Let's hope so. I think this weekend will be a brilliant game. City till I die, says Craig. Yusuf, love you. Cal Liddell, Andy as a fan. City boo. Martin, I will see you all tomorrow, guys, for team news for Atalanta game. Fellas, enjoy the vlog. Rodri was in light training Sunday and Monday too, just not filmed. Yeah, I think everything that he's doing at the moment, he's just very much getting his feet back on the turf and doing some light stuff. By all accounts, he didn't have his boots on, so he's just really sort of getting out there, doing some running and things like that. So I think we'll know more probably Thursday, Friday if he joins in some proper full-on training sessions. That'll be the time when we'll know whether he's anywhere near fit enough to join him for Sunday. Hello, Andy Mingy One, Cal Blundell, time to slag off Martin. Joking. Phil says, I think we have to play Foden Sunday regardless of Silva being fit. We have lost some energy in the midfield. I mean, that was my point, Ivor. I think you're probably right, and I said that on last night's vlog. Maybe a game like Sunday is the perfect opportunity to bring those legs in and energy with Phil Foden rather than David Silva, especially coming off the back of an injury. You don't want to take any more risks and have him out for like a month or two. So Foden score against Liverpool and win us the game, I hope so. Hi Andy, no Bonfire night for me tonight. Quite a sad days. It's my great aunt's first anniversary. How are you? I'm very well, mate. How are you, buddy? Sorry to hear that. 2-0 Foden, 2 goals. Wow. That would be amazing. Little article today in the Manchester Evening News about Bernardo Silva. And actually it was by Simon Bajowski, and he was talking about how Bernardo Silva was, such an immense player last year and pretty much was Pep's go-to guy. And talking about the fact that he pretty much played nearly every single game and rarely was substituted. Yet this season, we've seen straight away a comment by Pep talking about, and his words were, Bernardo now knows, wow, Riyad is an incredible player, and has to take a step forward, said the manager in a coincidental echo of his comments 6 months earlier. And he says he does know, because his undroppable status in the team is now gone. Not only did he start 31 out of 38 games last season, but he was only taken off in 4 of those, and his last substitution came at Leicester on Boxing Day, meaning he played every minute of his subsequent 14 starts to help City overturn Liverpool's lead. This season he started 7 of 10 games, and his early withdrawal against Southampton was his 4th, the same number as last season in less than a quarter of the matches. His workload last season may not have helped. The furore around his tweet to Benjamin Mendy has been an unwanted distraction, and Mahrez has undoubtedly provided stiffer competition. Whatever the reasons for him falling from the exceptional heights he managed, Bernardo must find a way to make that important step forward if he's to leave Guardiola with no option but to keep him on the pitch again. So, I mean, we know there's something not quite right with Bernardo Silva, but he could be a massive, massive player, certainly on Sunday. But he's not. There's something. We know it is. We don't know what it is. We know there is something wrong because he's not hit anywhere near the heights of last season. But hopefully, fingers crossed, Pep is trying to play him into some type of form. Will we get a decision about Bernardo Silva before the weekend? Will he be banned? Will he be this? Will he be the other? I mean, we'll wait and see on there. So let me go back and see what else we've got on here. Rodri is coming back. I'm so pleased. Hello. Time to slag off Martin. Sorry, I'm rereading that one too. See the Balotelli situation. Balotelli is a legend. Hearsay. No Silva. Wash your mouth out with soap. Phyllis, window cleaners. No other window cleaners, including ones that work in unnamed training facility in Eastlands. Laciel, Blur, Stern and Fernandinho need to be rested for tomorrow. I think they will be. IGM, you streaming today? You're a George Formby type window cleaner. Balotelli should have walked off after those fans did the racial chant. Says Mingy Wong. Hi guys, hi Kamal, how are you? Alexander, how far is Old Trafford from Manchester City Centre? It's walkable distance, take you about 25-30 minutes walking, depending on where you are in the city centre. If you're on the edge of the city centre, it'll take you about 15 minutes. Rodri is in training, very light training. Our City's players as fit as they used to be. Some of them look like they're slightly heavier than they were. KDB looks like he's treading in treacle at times. Said this the other day, didn't we? Talked about it. Some of them don't look as fit as they have been. Whether that's, they're not putting in huge amounts of work in training because Pep, of all the injuries, Pep's trying to keep them ticking over at this time of year, hoping for another international break where maybe we can get more into the legs. Mingy Wong. That's what the racists want to stay on the pitch, score and shut them up. Kamal says, could face Liverpool. Kamal, clop it back at City, rent-free, absolutely. Thanks, mate. Phyllis, no way Bernardo getting a ban. He'll get given an awareness course. Yeah, they'll have to create one first because by all accounts, there isn't any. If you had to support one LFC or Man United, neither. Just couldn't. Foden looks so impressive. He does. Alex says, is Tevez the best player ever that came from United City? I'm curious. Well, some would argue Dennis Law, but for me, Tevez was a superb player. I talked about Tevez in the 125th anniversary documentary we did, and I thought he was exceptional for City. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave Bubblegum a ban and the FA are desperate for the Dippers to win the league. Well, we've been talking about that today on social media, and it was quite ironic. Certainly, listening to TalkSport earlier today. I mean, we had Sky Sports yesterday talking about the whole issue with Bernardo Silva. We've had today the whole Pep Guardiola thing, and TalkSport have been all over that. Simon Jordan making comments, and then we had some guy from Football Index who made some statements that City are not a big club, and Raheem Sterling needs to leave to Real Madrid because he needs to play for a big club. And then I heard Tony Evans, Tony Evans of the Evening Standard, big Liverpool fan, and journalist, and just the most biased journal if you ever listen to him on TalkSport. And I actually picked out, whoa, how many of these comments could he possibly have made in one sort of like 8-minute interview on TalkSport? And he pretty much picked out at least 5 or 8 of these already. Maybe this needs to be updated and add in some other stuff like we've got, what else have we got in here? Massive club, he did talk about that as well. City have not earned their money. He did make a sort of half-hearted reference to that. What else did he talk about? Let me just see, where was it? Well, he didn't say obsessed with United. He was referring to the fact that Pep's obsessed with Jurgen Klopp. And but anyway, maybe this Man City bingo sheet needs to be updated with some new ones, and maybe some Liverpool references need to go into this one, because that's all they seem to be absolutely talking about right now, is generating this thing between Klopp and Pep Guardiola. So anyway, City bingo. I think we got a full house today. Listening to some of the comments on TalkSport and Sky Sports. They're just so desperate, absolutely so desperate for City to get beat on Sunday. They just can't wait. Next up, Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle has been in training today with the first team squad, which is good news. So maybe Tommy Doyle tomorrow will get his first European start, which will be good news. He had a great game against Southampton last week, midweek. So don't be surprised if we see the likes of Tommy Doyle get some game time tomorrow. Like I said, he has been training today around the City team. So that's great news. Another young kid getting some European experience. We get back to your comments section. I won't be surprised if we gave Bubblegum a ban. Pep will drop Bernardo this week. He'll go with Mahrez, Sammy McIlroy, Alex or John Gidman. Ryan Giggs was at City's Youth Academy. He was. Has Man City gone somewhere? Has Martin gone somewhere? Yeah, it's Bonfire night here in the UK. That's why this is just a very quick one, so everyone who is going can go and now it's pitch black. People will tend to get something to eat and then go out and watch the bonfires. Bernardo will most likely go into midfield for Liverpool. Section low, the little club that has only ever domestic treble. I love being a small club. Martin a dipper now, Mingy Wong. Alex Savage, 100 points in a single season. Yeah, they never mention that one. Andy, I know you don't like 3-5-2, but I honestly think Pep will play at Anfield. Walker will go to centre back. Well, we have played 3-5-2 against Liverpool in the past, Kamal. If you remember, Laporte played at left back, or on the left of a 3 at the back. But I'll maybe he will because it's away. City are a small club. We are not even a thing. I see, Cal. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. Don't worry, Edward. We're going shortly. Guess you can see it. Mingy Wong, Tommy Doyle. Where is Corey? Watching Corey probably. Doyle's corner kick was exceptional. It was a bit embarrassing. Flamengo fan in the house, FCOFA. How are you, mate? Welcome to the vlog. You're a bit late, but we are going shortly. Throw Tommy into tomorrow. Give Fern a rest. Absolutely, Scott Williams. Totally agree. Andy, thanks for today. Remind me how good Hearts are doing. Sorry, buddy. I missed that one. I missed the opportunity. What else have we got to talk about quickly? Oh, yes, the forgotten man. Thierry Ambrose, mentioned it before. Well, it's come out that Thierry Ambrose is out on loan at FC Metz and could call it a day at the Etihad this summer when his contract expires. And it's a shame. He's at the French Ligue 1 side. This is his third successive loan spell away from City. and he's facing the prospect of leaving City permanently in the summer, having never played a minute of senior football. He's 22 now and joined City at the age of 16 from AJ Auxerre's academy, and he initially impressed Pellegrini enough to push him into the first team setup, but with his contract up in the summer, it looks increasingly likely he's going to leave, having never played a minute of senior football. And he said, I put it down to the injury I sustained at the wrong moment of my career in 2016. At the time, I was regularly training with Pellegrini's squad, often included in matchday squads, and was also on the bench in the Premier League. Yes, I was only fourth choice and down the pecking order, but at 19, being fourth choice at a club like City is very good. During his time with the first team forward, forged a friendship with Yaya Toure, who helped him off the pitch. And he said, Yaya and Bakary Sagna really took care of me. They took me under their wing from day one and were always there for me when I needed it. And obviously he got the ACL injury, which sidelined him for a year, which for a young kid, I mean, that's devastating because, you know, he's trying to make it at a crucial time in his year, in his career, and you know, take a whole year out is horrible. And he said it was a terrible setback. It derailed my progress and inevitably changed my career. Things took a turn for the worse from then on because it's not easy when you don't play football for a whole year. He said he recovered. He recovered from his injury, and basically, when he talked about Guardiola, he said he's a genius. When I came back from the injury, he told me to stay patient and that I'd get my chance. But after making his comeback from injury, he didn't feature for the first team under Guardiola and was sent on loan to NAC Breda. After impressing in Holland, he believed that would be enough to push him into the senior setup at the Etihad. And he said, I really expected to be handed a chance by City to show that I'd become a much better player during my time in Holland. But I noticed straight away that the coaches didn't think I was ready to be part of the first team squad. They insinuated if I stayed put, I wouldn't get a look in for the whole season. So I had no choice but to go on loan again. So he said on his contract in the summer, I would definitely call it a day when these loan spells in the summer finish. I know I said the same thing last year and I went on loan again, but sometimes it does not always depend on me. Of course, it would have been a regret to leave without playing for the first team. I've always set my sights on playing at the Etihad Stadium, but that's life. I'll always keep working hard and hope that I can return to Manchester City one day. So a big shame because the lad definitely had some talent. There was no doubting about it. We saw it in the EDS squad. He was pretty prolific, and just a shame, just a bad injury at the wrong time. Right at his important development part of his career, when he's training around the first team squad, could get an opportunity, could get a sub appearance where he comes on, gets a goal or plays really well, then stays in the team for the next game, and suddenly confidence builds and things like that. And sadly, that ACL injury just completely derailed his whole career at Manchester City. But he's 22, he's got a long way to go, and hopefully, if he does leave City at the end of the season, which I think he's basically saying he is going to do, let's hope he goes on a free to somewhere, gets a load of game time, and who knows, could be banging in a shed load of goals, and we might get him back in the future. He might be an absolute star. So let's just have a look and see what everyone's saying before we go. Shame on Ambrose, but the cream, the youth rises to the top still. Of course it does. Yeah, and sadly for him, it wasn't about lack of effort or anything. It was an injury all the way to Kiev to end up in defeat. Edward Lassiable not confirmed, pal either. Contract window cleaner. Edie thanks. Unfortunate for Ambrose, but he may be given a chance at a club. Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, the boy's got talent without a shadow of a doubt. He's got talent, but you know, depends now on him and whether somebody will give him a real proper opportunity somewhere else, which I'm sure they will do, because the kid's really, you know, been impressive. So moving on to the final bit, which the last two things I want to talk about is, let me just bring it up, is this one, and that is WhoScored.com. This is the 2019-20 form rankings so far from the last 6 appearances. And as you can see, Jamie Vardy's, because of those goals, has gone from So 17th place up to first. Weighted ratings are 7.97. Maddison, who's been very, very consistent for Leicester, he's up in second. Kevin De Bruyne, of all things, believe it or not, can you imagine? I know Kevin De Bruyne was at the top of the list, but he's down. He's dropped down a place to third. But you've got to think, this is Kevin De Bruyne, who's not in amazing form right now, and he's still third. So it just shows you the impact that he's having, even when we as City fans think he's having an average game. We've got another Leicester player in Ndidi there, another player in Pereira. So it just shows you how well Leicester are doing at the moment. Jack Grealish is in there, who's out injured at the moment. Willian for Chelsea. We've got Soyuncu, another Leicester player. Alexander-Arnold in ninth, and then Tielemans, another Leicester. So you can see a lot of these that change week by week. Obviously, with Leicester having that massive result against Southampton, then another win at the weekend. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in the top 10 of form rankings. So, yeah, Leicester. Somebody asked me last night, posted something to me and saying, when Pep Guardiola leaves, would you take Brendan Rodgers at Manchester City? And I was like, what? And I sort of stopped myself because I nearly went, what, are you kidding me? So I started thinking about it, thinking, I don't know. Plays the right type of football. He's a bit of a knob, for being honest, but plays the right type of football, and he gets a tune out of players. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you take Brendan Rodgers at City if Pep ever left? Even though I think Mikel Arteta might be favourite, but City should bid for Varane. Still young. Soyuncu would be my choice. I really like who scored. Seth Krieber, Cal. Madrid would want stupid money for Varane. They would. I think there was a rumour of somebody wanted Varane and somebody else for 200 million. A lot of money. It shows how good players really are. Varane is the best French defender, the best defender at Real, won 4 UEFA Champions League World Cup, just top player. Take care, Andy. Speak tomorrow. Happy Bonfire Night Blues. Thank you, Craig Forrest. Speak to you tomorrow, buddy. No, not for me. Bye, Craig, says Edward. I wouldn't. Can't stand him. He literally thinks he's better than Pep. The throne is for Mikel. No, I know. I'm just asking the question because that was my initial, was to react to it by saying something like that. But I sort of held myself for a minute because I nearly sort of messaged back going, are you joking? But then I actually thought about it and thought, God, fair dues to him. He nearly won the league with Liverpool. He completely won everything there is to win, albeit in Scotland. And he's just come straight in and made this Leicester team. They are going to be a top 4 finishing team this season. No way. No, let's lose Buzz skin. I know. No, I'm not kidding. I've never said I would. I came back with what you're doing now. You're all coming back with exactly what I was initially about to post, and I thought, just hold on a minute. Let me have a think about this. I'm not saying I would have him. I'd rather have probably a Mikel Arteta or somebody else. I don't know. Not really thought about it because I don't think Pep's going anywhere. But I just had a thought, oh, God, let's face it. And then I saw those stats today and thinking, he's done bloody well when you look at the way Leicester are playing right now. Rodgers not the man to replace Pep. Rodgers would try and bring Colator. Bring Stuart Pearce. Wouldn't mind Marco Silva. I think Cal right now would give you Marco Silva and send a taxi to collect him and drop him off. So that leads me to our last point, which is obviously tomorrow night we've got the Champions League. And we're going to be around tomorrow. Martin's going to kick off the pre-match stuff on Man City Fan TV, talking about the game and everything else. But what are your thoughts? Who do you think should play tomorrow? We'll do a full sort of team lineup and who we think tomorrow. But I'm going to give you mine, and this is going to be my team. I'm going to write it down now, and I'm going to play. Well, I'll do it in stages. This is my back five. There's my back five with the keeper. So I'm going to go for Ederson in net, Cancelo right back, Otamendi and Eric Garcia, and Angelino on the left-hand side. I'm then going to have my holding player, and this is going to freak a few people out, but I'm actually going to have a 4-3-3. I'm going to have Doyle, Gundogan, and Foden. There you go. And I'm going to play Gundogan as the holder and Doyle and Foden just ahead of them. I'm then going to play Riyad, Gabby, and I couldn't make my mind up with this one. I was umming and ahhing early, and I was thinking, do I play Gabby on the right, Mahrez on the left, Mahrez on the left? I couldn't make my mind up. I think Bernardo will be rested tomorrow night, if I'm being honest. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because the guy has amazing recovery. I'm going to play, and this is from left to right, I'm going to play Sterling on the left, Gabby up front, and Mahrez on the right. And I know that's a pretty sort of, young, Bravo. Got Ederson, sorry. I'd be surprised if Bravo plays, because he normally plays cup matches. I don't think he'll play Bravo tomorrow night, but I think he'll play Ederson, Cancelo, Otamendi, Garcia, Angelino. Then play Gundogan holding with Foden and Doyle. Both got energy. Foden very attacking. Doyle can rotate the ball very quickly. Alan's got energy and legs. And then up front, Sterling on the left, Gabby up front as a striker, and Mahrez on the right. That's just my thoughts. Maybe I'll change that for tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but got to be Gabby. Save surgery. Yeah, I think Gabby will play tomorrow. Scott says Ederson, Cancelo, Garcia, the general, Angelino, Doyle, Gundogan, and you reckon Thingy will play, Bernardo. Mahrez, Gabby, and Sterling. Yeah, so yours is you've changed Doyle for oh no, you've changed Foden. No Foden in your team for tomorrow. Maybe you'll play him. On a big job tomorrow. I'm missing most of the game. Hopefully grab the last 20 minutes or so. That's a shame, Ivor. I like your selection, but Sterling needs a rest. Yeah, but Pep keeps saying constantly, doesn't he? His regeneration is exceptional. He can play a game the next day. He's that good. And if we're gonna change so many in the team tomorrow, sometimes you just need a. I don't know. Let's face it. We know Sterling rarely plays well on Merseyside. So tomorrow night we can qualify. So I don't know. Throw it out there. It's one of those you can all. Foden suspended, Andy. Oh, Foden. Oh, is he suspended? Of course, yeah, my apologies. Yeah, of course he is. Okay, well, I'll go back to, you said Bernardo. Maybe Bernardo then. Or throw another kid in. Throw somebody else in. I don't know. Good point. I forgot all about that, actually. Very good point. He is suspended. My bad for missing that one. Okay, well, Gundogan. We'll have Gundogan holding. Doyle. I don't know whether he'll play Bernardo tomorrow. Really not sure whether he will. Maybe he will. He might even. You know what? He might even throw in. There you go. He might even throw in Kevin De Bruyne for half a game. Maybe. Don't know. Who knows? We never know with Pep anyway. I give up trying to predict a Pep lineup. But yeah, forgot about Foden. Of course he is. So it's going to be interesting. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to. Me too. I forgot about Foden. Yeah, so did I. I'd even put Stones in midfield to rest midfield. Well, yeah. I mean, it could well do. We'll wait and see, and we'll see who he puts in there. I mean, even with the announcement of the squad today, who's travelling out, it's. You never know who's going to pick and who he isn't. So we'll wait and see. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, Martin will be doing the pre-match stuff, the build-up to the Atalanta game. I'll come back at half-time and full-time as well, and we'll do sort of like a post-match roundup of the game. But this is just a quick one tonight because I know people are going out. It's bonfire now, but if you're going out, be safe. Make sure your animals are locked up and nice and safe, and it's not a nice time of year for them. So anyway, guys, listen, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, click subscribe, hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified. And with your notifications, make sure they're set to public, not private. And that way you'll be notified every time there's a new video, every single day, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 videos that we post out on the channel. And comment below the video. If you've missed it and you want to catch up, you're already at your bonfire or your fireworks display or whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you're safe there. And you can catch this up in about 30 minutes time. But anyway, take care, have a good evening, wrap up warm, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow on Man City Fan TV.